Hey y'all, hey! Happy Joaquin Phoenix Day! It is the day, the week, and the month of the birth of Joaquin Phoenix. That's correct! It's Joaquin Phoenix's birthday. Don't have a poster, but you know what we do with these birthday videos. We're gonna go over what my favorite 5 Joaquin Phoenix movies are, as well as see what movies I own of his, and maybe go on a DVD treasure hunting trip. Let's go! Joaquin Rafael Phoenix. He was born October 28th, 1974 in San Juan, Puerto Rico. Just like with all the other favorite actors of mine, I don't know a lot about them growing up and such. I mainly pay attention to them because of all their acting ability and their talent. But one thing I do know about Joaquin is that because of all of his siblings having names like River and Summer, I forgot what some of the other ones were, as a small kid, he named himself Leaf. Like, he changed his name to Leaf Phoenix. So a few of his credits in some of his earlier work as a child actor is Leaf Phoenix, not Joaquin Phoenix. So I thought that was kind of cute. He just wanted to fit in with all his siblings. The first thing I ever saw Joaquin Phoenix's was his small role in Parenthood. He played Diane Wiest's very kooky son who locks himself in his room and always runs around with a paper bag. But I mean, it all comes to an end. If you've ever seen that movie, you understand why he's acting that way as a child going into teenage years and befriends Keanu Reeves. It's a really good movie if you've never seen it. I know a lot of people know the TV series more than the movie, but the movie is amazing and hilarious and very heartwarming. Why is Joaquin a favorite actor of mine? Well, simply put, his passion for acting is very apparent. Even for those of you that just now finding out about him because of Joker, he has always been able to bring his A game in everything he does, just period. Sadly for me, I feel like that didn't really kick into gear until his brother River Phoenix died, which kind of makes sense, I believe, when we look at his filmography later where his intense roles started. But then again, he was a child actor, so maybe he took some time off and then that tragedy happened and then he's just like full force, which he's been phenomenal since I've been watching him. And he's definitely one of those actors, like I mentioned in the Kate Winslet birthday video, if I want to go feel feelings, I'm going to go watch some of their movies because they never let me down. I also feel like another reason why I've just always been on Joaquin's side, like just always wanting to see everything he's in, is he always just felt like the underdog. And for good reason. I mean, obviously he struggled for a while to get out of his brother River Phoenix's shadow, especially after his tragic death, to kind of prove himself as a serious actor. Not to mention he had some problems with alcohol and drugs and stuff, as most young Hollywood kids do. So I always felt like I was rooting for the underdog. You know how we all love rooting for the underdogs, and just look at him now.
And the Oscar goes to Joaquin Phoenix, Joker.
Hi. Sup? Hi. God, I'm full of so much gratitude right now.
Like I can't stress how proud I am of him as an artist. This last decade, he has finally kind of come into his own as an actor in Hollywood. Not to mention his Oscar speech just pretty much puts everything I just said in perspective, because Joaquin has always been a huge activist for animal rights.
And I do not feel elevated above any of my fellow nominees or anyone in this room because we share the same love, the love of film, and this form of expression has given me the most extraordinary life. But I think the greatest gift that it's given me, and many of us in this room, is the opportunity to use our voice for the voiceless.
With everything going on in the past few years, he just really put into perspective how dire we are as human beings.
We fear the idea of personal change because we think that we have to sacrifice something to give something up. But human beings at our best are so inventive and creative and ingenious. And I think that when we use love and compassion as our guiding principles, we can create, develop, and implement systems of change that are beneficial to all sentient beings and to the environment.
We just need to just care about each other and rise everyone up. Like the whole cancel culture, for instance, is like, don't like drag people down for old mistakes, but help them grow to be better people. And he's a prime example of that. So is Robert Downey Jr., which everyone and their mom loves. So
I've been a scoundrel in my life. I've been selfish. I've been cruel at times, hard to work with, and ungrateful. But so many of you in this room have given me a second chance. And I think that's when we're at our best, when we support each other, not when we cancel each other out for past mistakes, but when we help each other to grow, when we educate each other, when we guide each other towards redemption. That is the best of humanity.
Take that into perspective. But yeah, I remember I gasped a little bit watching the ending of it where he fumbles with his words. And I knew before he even said anything, because you could see in his eyes the passion and it's just the fear, not the fear, but just the overwhelming emotion that he was trying to fight to be able to say the words that he ends up saying about his brother.
I want to, when he was 17, my brother wrote this lyric. He said, "Run to the rescue with love and peace will follow." Thank you.
And I just remembered, like, ooh, I'm not going to get emotional about this. I just remembered that I was just so happy that he was able to say something about his brother, because everyone knows how much his brother meant to him. Like, I don't have words. I just know that his brother meant a lot to him, and to be able to witness him during such an amazing moment in his career, be able to thank his brother in that kind of way, it just warmed my heart and just broke a little bit because of how hard it was for him to say it. But I'm so glad that he actually did, and obviously so glad he won that Oscar, because I know a lot of people are still angry about that, but that's a whole other story. Since I don't sadly have any stories, since I've never met him yet. Granted, he would probably be someone very difficult to me, because again, introvert, doesn't like going out to things unless he has to. So let's get on to those DVDs that I own, since I don't have any other stories to tell. Alright, so let's go over the movies that I own. Buffalo Soldier. I do not remember what this movie is about at all. I think I saw it in theaters, and then I bought it just because it's Joaquin, and I liked it. I just don't remember anything about it. So I should probably rewatch this, which I'm sure I'm going to say a lot with the rest of the movies that I own. Evincing the Abbotts. I just recently bought this, if you've been watching these birthday videos, because Michael Keaton narrates this movie. I haven't seen it in a million years, but it's a really cute, messed up movie where they met and they actually ended up dating forever. I actually wish they ended up together in real life, but the world acts in mysterious ways. Definitely check it out if you haven't. 12. Like we talked in the previous birthday video, which was for Kate Winslet, who is this person. This movie is sad, but it's a pretty tragic love story about Kate and Joaquin's characters, who are trying to help Jeffrey Rush, who's a writer. I don't remember which writer he is. He's into a mental institution, and Kate Winslet's the laundry maid, and she actually helps him write his latest book, yada yada yada. Either way, it's really good. You should watch it. It's got amazing acting in it. I highly recommend it. I definitely need to watch this ASAP, because again, it's been forever and I love this movie. I'm Still Here. Everyone either loves this movie or hates it. I was one that really loved it because I just felt like it was one of those art pieces where it was art imitating life, and it was kind of a turning point in Joaquin's life, I think, where people couldn't figure out if this was really him or if he was playing a part. I kind of felt like I was on the fence about it. Like, it felt like it was an act, but also there was some truth to that character that he was playing. So I highly recommend it. It's really sad at the end, and Casey Affleck directed it, so. Signs. I'm sure pretty much everyone in the world has seen this movie, so if you haven't, you really should. It's an M. Night Shyamalan movie. Mel Gibson plays father whose wife has died and left him and his 2 kids to fend their farm, when all of a sudden all these crops get made in his cornfield. And Joaquin plays his little brother who helps him around the house, and it's just everything they go through with an alien invasion. It's really good and highly suspenseful, and I highly recommend it if you haven't seen it. The Master. This is some intense acting. Like, everyone in here, if they weren't, should have been nominated for their acting talents. Yeah, Best Supporting Actor and Actress and Best Actor, so never mind, they were all nominated. And they all deserved it. Philip Seymour Hoffman's amazing, period. Amy Adams, even though I'm not a big fan of her, she's an amazing actress, so she's amazing in this. And then Joaquin just steals the show about this alleged beginnings of Scientology. So it does drag a lot, but it's really interesting, and again, the acting in it is just phenomenal. So highly recommend watching if you have never seen it. Walk the Line. This movie was one of those kind of like with Eternal Sunshine and the Spotless Mind where I couldn't see Jim Carrey being in a romantic comedy. Well, same thing goes with Joaquin Phoenix playing Johnny Cash and finding out that they were actually going to do all their singing, but he did an amazing job. He actually got me more into Johnny Cash, funny enough, so great acting. He got nominated. I think he won his first Golden Globe for this, so it's amazing. If not, it was his second because, you know, Gladiator. Watch it if you haven't. Joker, which I feel like everyone at this point has seen. When I heard that he was playing Joker, I knew with a shadow of a doubt that he was going to be amazing, and I saw it and was like, holy shit, I told you. I couldn't say enough nice things about it because he was amazing in this. This movie was amazing, and I don't know, it just says a message that the world needs right now about mental health. So I applaud everything about this movie, especially his performance, because it's ridiculous. See it if you haven't, because where have you been if you haven't? And then finally, one of my favorites, Clay Pigeons. It's a classic of mine. It's a small town where Joaquin is just like the deadbeat of the town. He's got an awful girlfriend or wife or whoever who's awful. Vince comes into town, just random stuff starts happening, and Jeline Garofalo, who I can never say her name, Garofalo, is an FBI agent that comes into town to investigate these random missing people and murders. Highly recommend watching this. One of those really dark comedies. That stuff's not supposed to be funny, but it's hilarious. I love it so much. I will probably watch this because I haven't seen it in forever. Oh hey, what's up? Before we get into the top 5, make sure to like and share this video with other Joaquin Phoenix fans. They might think it's cool or whatnot. And don't forget to subscribe and tap that bell so you don't miss out on any other videos I post up. Okay, so this is my top 5 favorite Joaquin Phoenix movies pre-IMDB. So before looking at his IMDB profile. In no particular order: Clay Pigeons, Walk the Line, Joker, Signs, and I want to say Gladiator, but then I don't at the same time, so I'm gonna say Quills for my last one. So those are my top 5. They will probably change once I look at his filmography on IMDb. For at the moment, those are my top 5. While this is loading up, this is the time in the video, and the birthday videos if you haven't been watching them, where we like to play what for are they known for. And what that means is if you go on IMDb, which don't do it yet, but if you go into any actor's IMDb page, they have a section right below their picture that says what they're known for, and it's like 4 movie titles or TV shows. For Joaquin Phoenix, what 4 movies or television shows do you think he's known for? Put it down in the comments, your guesses, and then once you've guessed, if you want to cheat and go look at the answers before the next birthday video, go for it. And if you get them all right, or just a few, I'll shout you out in the next birthday video. So get to guessing. Okay, so he's been in 57 titles, 4 upcoming. So let's start at the bottom. Oh, he was on Murder, She Wrote as Lee Phoenix. I think that's so cute. Well, he had his name like that for a while. Parenthood, 1989. Seriously, you should watch that if you've never seen it. It's amazing. Okay, so look, 1989, and then Walk the Dog is 1991, and then he doesn't do anything till To Die For, 1995, which I remember him getting a lot of critical acclaim for that. Living in Abbots, forgot he was in U-Turn, Return to Paradise. You need to find that. Oh, he is an 8mm. I have 8mm. You know, I was looking at this on the shelf earlier and I'm like, why do I think he's in this? And now that I picked it up, well, of course, he's the punk with the blue hair in it. Okay, The Yards, I wanted to see. Gladiator. An epic performance if you've never seen it. He's an asshole in it. Signs, Buffalo Soldier. It's all about love. Brother Bear. I forgot about Brother Bear. That thing didn't do too well. I'm surprised I don't have The Village or Ladder 49. I never saw Hotel Rwanda. I didn't know he was in that. It might have pushed me to go see it more. Ladder 49 is good. I need to buy that. Leon the Night. I need to see that. Reservation Road. That's a good movie, but I don't think I have it. Two Lovers. Still Here. Master. The Immigrant. I forgot he was in that. Her, which is good. Inherent Vice. I've been wanting to watch that for the longest since it never came out anywhere near me, and I think it's on Amazon or something, so I just need to watch it. Just haven't yet. You Were Never Really Here has been on my list to watch for a while. Just haven't been able to. Don't Worry, We Won't Get Far on Foot. I saw it was on a streaming service, so I should be watching that sometime soon. Mary Magdalene was also on my list to watch, but haven't seen it because he plays Jesus, and I just find that interesting. Sisters Brothers. I saw the trailer. I'm like, want to see the shit out of this, but of course, never came out anywhere near me. And of course, there's Joker. Oh, and then Come On, Come On is that. I saw a trailer for this not too long ago. It looks really interesting. It's all in black and white, so I'm all about that. It's pretty legit filmography. I definitely see some on here that I'm gonna have fun trying to find on our DVD hunt. Let me see which ones. Alright, so that only means one thing. We get to go on a DVD treasure hunt again. So let's see what 5 movies I can find of Joaquin Phoenix. And I'm back. The DVD hunt was a bust. Only because, and I will say this very lightly, we found at least 8 or 9 of his movies, but the conditions of the cases, like, it wasn't worth it. Like, the ones that I really wanted, I would want in better conditions than those that we found, so put them back, and it was a bust. So 0 DVDs, but that just means I just need to buy them in better condition, so that seems to be easiest since we found so many in bad condition. So Christmas is on its way. I'll just add it to my Christmas list. But oh well, better luck next time. Thank you for joining me today and celebrating Joaquin Phoenix's birthday. Even though it ended with a failure of a DVD treasure hunt, we still had fun celebrating the birth of this amazing actor that is Joaquin Phoenix. And again, to Joaquin Phoenix, happy birthday, sir. You are amazing. Stay you. Keep fighting the fight. And I can't wait to see your upcoming stuff. And all the rest of you, be safe, be well, and always be silly. And as always, tell your mother I said hello.